The only objective we have is don't die. I've opted into an algorithm that takes better care of me than I can myself.
Anti-aging is gaining more hype by the day, and I can't help but notice Bryan Johnson, who has released this blueprint protocol designed for anti-aging. This guy's protocol is very extreme. Literally everything is measured, from the amount of supplements, which is around 100 capsules per day. He's a vegan. He spends $2 million per year just on anti-aging. He's using some of the best technology in the world. He has many doctors monitoring every single organ within his body and everything you could possibly think of, and it's working. But is he taking this so far to the extreme that it's not even realistic or reasonable? Here's the thing. Anti-aging is taking time out of the body or slowing down the way we accelerate through time. So are we actually anti-aging, or are we just slowing down how fast we are aging? Because there is a difference. Now, Bryan could be taking it to the extent where he is literally taking time out of his biological age or his biological body, but is that actually realistic for all of us? So this is where you need to ask yourself the question, do you really want to anti-age? Do you want to slow down the rate of aging? And by how many years? And you might not even really care about the whole idea of anti-aging or even living a healthy life. Maybe you just want to enjoy life to its fullest, and this isn't really a major priority for you. However, with this one thing I'm going to show you, you might actually reconsider, because you're going to feel better literally right now and be present in the moment. The goal isn't to live forever. That is not our purpose here on Earth, but it's to experience life to its fullest. And if you're just focusing on living as long as you can, you're actually taking a lot of the whole point and idea of life kind of out of the equation. Now, I'm not saying don't be healthy. I'm all about being healthy, but you have to find the balance that works well for you. And I'm going to show you one thing, as I mentioned, that you can do daily to actually connect you to the present moment, which will help rid anxiety, which will help rid stress, which will help you just enjoy life and be present and in the moment. Because if you can do this one thing, you will feel the best every single day, no matter your circumstances. One of the things I've noticed is you need to find a good base routine for you that you can actually just ground and settle into. Because I also like to party. I also like to cheat on my diet. I also like to have a lot of fun. I want to gain as much experience in my life as I can. But if I'm always anxious about if I eat gluten, or if I do this, or if I drink alcohol, this is gonna make me age quicker, you're taking the whole point out of life. What I mean by falling into something is find a base routine where you're healthy so that you can actually detoxify quickly. Detoxification is one of the most powerful components to actually slowing down the aging process. So find what works well for you. And I just did a video on this recently about like my sickness routine.
Oh, hi.
Feast your eyes.
What's up?
And what I do to optimize my health. And I just have a good base foundation, because if I go and have a party weekend, or I'm on a vacation and I come back, I can bounce back quickly and actually feel really good about myself. Another thing that I can do is connect to this one thing that I've been mentioning. And this is the diaphragmatic breath. This is the most powerful thing that you can do to actually feel present and in the moment. Your diaphragm's a plate of muscle that's located just above your abdominal organs, and it's the floor to your heart and your lungs. So every time you breathe, you're massaging your abdominal organs, you're making sure that they have proper movements, proper flow, but this is also doing something very specific to your nervous system. This is triggering the parasympathetic nervous system. This is your rest, digest, and recovery state. So this is actually telling your brain that you're calm, that you're chill, everything's okay. If we can just connect to the proper breath, we can be way more grounded and actually in the moment. How I see a large portion of aging actually comes down to a loss of space within a cell. So when we compress over time, when we have poor posture, when we're not conscious of what we're doing, then what happens is we're starting to lose space within our cell. And then that is preventing the body from actually distributing our nutrients from our blood to the cell, but also removing the waste so that we can detoxify the body effectively. If I were to give you a 3-step protocol for you to follow right now, this is it. Number 1 is decompress your connective tissue, primarily in the belly and the rib cage. Optimize the breath. And that's number 2, is actually teaching yourself how to breathe diaphragmatically, not just while you're doing a certain exercise or a certain position, but all the time. And number 3 is start integrating proper posture and awareness to our foundations, because that's what's going to maintain and allow proper blood and oxygen flow throughout the entire body. Even Bryan Johnson said this. He had to fix his posture because they measured that when he had that forward head posture, he was blocking off the major arteries, the carotid arteries feeding his brain, and they could literally predict dementia and Alzheimer's within him. So what he had to do was correct the posture. So right now, grab your rolled up towel, and I'm going to share with you this position so that you can actually connect to your diaphragmatic breath. Start off by rolling up your towel just like this. Position this on the floor and nice and slowly bring your belly button directly over top of the towel. Now let's stay up on the elbows to start. Now we want to start breathing through the diaphragm rather than the muscles in the upper chest, which is probably where you're breathing from. So as you inhale, expand the belly in towards the towel. This is triggering your diaphragm. Right now it's moving down and your belly expands in towards the towel. Now as you exhale, make the belly small. Exhale fully, and then you'll feel the towel starting to sink deeper within the belly. Now let's take another breath. Let's inhale through the belly. Feel that expand into the towel. And now let's exhale, make the belly nice and small. So let's try to inhale right now of 6 counts and exhale of 4 counts. And you're going to determine how long a count is. For a majority of people, try to do this for a second. Now you're going to start feeling a little bit of pain or sensation going on. That's a really good thing. We're finding pain in our body we're unconsciously aware of, because this is maybe where a lot of your anxiety or stress is actually residing from. And now as you're feeling that pain, understand that pain is a restriction to blood and oxygen flow. It's a language our body is letting us know that we are deprived of certain nutrients and our cells are actually requiring something. And what is the number 1 essential nutrient our body requires? It's oxygen. Breathing diaphragmatically, you can pull in up to 6 times the oxygen absorption, which is massive. So now let's stay here for a minimum of 3 to 5 minutes. Once you spent about a minute focusing on 6 counts of the inhalation and 4 counts of the exhalation, let's switch that around. Now let's slow down the exhalation phase of the breath. So as you exhale, let's do that for 6 counts. And now let's inhale for 4 counts. When you do this for 2 to 3 minutes, you're significantly calming down your nervous system. You're calming down your body. You're actually grounding yourself to being in the moment. After the 3 to 5 minutes is up, nice and slow, place your hands on your shoulders and exhale up and off. We don't want to just be breathing diaphragmatically in this position. We should be doing this all the time. That is the body's design. And what's so interesting about the breath is that it's both under our control and our unconscious control. You don't even have to think about breathing, but you're going to do it. But if you become conscious with your breathing, now you're connected. Now you're in the moment, and now you're actually starting to rid stress and anxiety from the body and actually living in that present moment, the now. So whenever you can actually remember to breathe this way. 6 counts with the exhalation, 4 counts with that inhalation. So when it comes to anti-aging, remember there's a million things that you can do. But what I see as the most important thing is optimizing your breath, is being present, is being in the moment. Try not to be too stressed or anxious about life, because that's not the point. The point is to actually train ourselves to be living in the moment. So yes, there's a ton of things that I believe in that will only benefit what I just taught you now. Optimizing your sleep, the proper nutrition for your body type, eating clean, getting in your exercise, doing fascia decompression. All of these are only going to complement you. But again, if there's that one thing, it's connect to your diaphragmatic breath.